Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Woo, woo, woo! Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let me fix things here. Hey, we got everybody here today. We got Tortoise, kjcowboydan, MTG, HILLBILLY, TCG Dude, and Lone Wolf.
Well, I don't think KJ's here. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
How'd
There
you
he
just
is.
pop in?
That's right. Yeah. You
Oh
know,
my gosh!
you
Did
know,
somebody pull a rare?
That's right. like one of those little Jack in the Box things where you spin the little mechanism and it goes do 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 and it goes pop.
Pop
Cowboy
the
Dan.
weasel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know, bad jokes in the early morning. Hope you guys got your coffee and refreshments. We're going to have a good conversation today. In fact, there's been, like, with Final Fantasy, there was a lot of hype for Final Fantasy, but there's a lot of naysayers for not Final Fantasy. And Spider-Man coming out in September is going through the same things. In fact, someone posted on Facebook, on a page of mine that I'm a part of, asked what Spider-Man was doing in Magic the Gathering, and I said, "Hey, you like Final Fantasy?" And I says, "I like Spidey." And I told him directly, "Not every set made from Wizards is for you."
That's right.
And Wizards of the Coast said that themselves, so I can say that.
Yep. I mean, they say magic is for everybody. However, not every set is made for everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah.
when
It's made for everybody. Everybody 13 plus.
that's right, 13 plus. Well, they do a lot of different IPs and sets nowadays because they're trying to reach different demographics because their goal is to grab different people from different walks of life and interests and bring them into one familiar interest, which is Magic the Gathering. And yeah, well, if it works, it works. And look, I'm excited for Spider-Man. I won't lie, I'll probably be biased throughout this whole show about it. Like, I'm enjoying the artwork, I'm enjoying the treatment so far that they showed off, and yeah, it's got me going. I might not for my birthday coming up, I was thinking about asking for a box of Edge of Eternities, but I might actually just save that aside, probably buy a single or two from the set, but get a box of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, I myself, I'm of course on Edge of Eternities. Got some great cards in it, but I'm going to go the single route on that.
Yeah,
and there's still some Final Fantasy cards that I want singles.
Right.
But as far as Spider-Man, my feelings on Spider-Man, I'm happy to see Spider-Man come to Magic, but I'm also disappointed in it too, just because of the digital aspect of it.
Oh yeah, because from what we learned, they couldn't come up with an agreement on a deal for digital.
Yep.
I read a thing about that the other day, and the only reason why it was contractual issues on financing, on monies. While a lot of people had theories that it's because, well, Disney already has their own TCG, or Marvel has their own TCG, and all these other things when it comes down to being on a digital network. But the flat out fact of the matter is they couldn't reach a financial agreement. That's why it didn't make its way over to Arena.
Yeah, it makes sense. And
then also they when it came down to it in the long run, it would have been a very limited time, and it would take so much effort to put all those cards up onto their digital platform, then take them down after their contract was over.
Right. Really quick, Cosmic Seeds, hello. Thank you for being a member for 11 months. And have a good day at work.
Oh.
And let's say hello to some people in chat really quick. We got Real Wiz, morning SFT, and see the new South Park episode? No, I haven't. Drop a like. That's right. Thank you. Drop a like, hit that subscribe, everybody. And Bad Manners. If you haven't checked out Bad Manners, you should check him out. Like his content's pretty good. In fact, I've noticed some Magic crew who are related to our channel, like friends of the channel stuff, started hanging out with him. In fact, last night Benson MTG was there. Hillbilly's been there, and he's a chill streamer. So check him out. And if you want to, Bad Manners, pop in that link. Yeah. And Kilroy, it's always about the money, especially with Disney. That's right. And hello, Kilroy. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you.
I like Spider-Man. I've always wanted to play with Spider-Man cards.
Right.
And then when I heard it was coming to Magic, before they announced that it was not going to be digital, oh man, I was happy. Then they said, oh, no commander decks, no digital. I mean, come on. You're not giving us commander decks, and you ain't giving us digital.
Oh, Captain Waffles.
Blankets.
Captain Waffles. Did not mean to miss you. Hello, Captain Waffles. Hope you're staying syrupy. Whoa. You rock. You rule. Bad Manners, I'm just here for the vibes, brother. Keep on the great flu. That's right. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah. So, how many people here are either for or against Spider-Man and Magic the Gathering? That's the question. Like biasly, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
But like some people might have different opinions, different thoughts. I mean, do you care? Do you not care? Or do you care that it's here? Do you care that it should be here? That is the question a lot of people are asking.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it, but I just still wish they could have got to an agreement and got it fixed where they could do the digital. That's my only gripe. But we are getting cards, digital cards, that's going to have the same, that's going to be the same cards as the Spider-Man cards. They're just going to be Magic, Magic art, Magic names.
Right. Bad Manners. Being gifted seems like a waste of energy. Well, like for me, it feels like that. But there are people who are very vocal about it on the social media platforms right now. And it's funny because it's kind of reversed. Like a lot of people were for Final Fantasy, but there were people against it. And it seems like the people against Final Fantasy are for Spider-Man. And the people for Final Fantasy are against Spider-Man. In the forums that I'm following on Facebook, I say forums, but on the pages I follow on Facebook. And it's funny because, like, you know, it's like you might love one thing and not like the other. And when something else comes out, they flip-flop sides and be like, I'm on this side. I'm pro this. I'm not pro this and all that fun jazz. But, like, Spider-Man is crazy.
Now, I do have a gripe not about Spider-Man, but not about Edge of Eternity. But if you look when Edge of Eternity is released, they release August the 1st.
Yes.
And we get Spider-Man, boom, right next month.
Right.
I mean, that's a little too close.
We got Captain Waffles. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. Kilroy says, I'm against it for various reasons. I think it's starting to be a lot of collabs, especially with Avatar. After that, again, half of the sets this year are collabs. That is true. That is true. And there's proof in the pudding that they are. And dang nabbit, I deleted the image of the full year set. But yeah, there's a lot of collabs. There's a lot of collabs that make no sense. Like SpongeBob made no sense, but people bought into that. Apparently, rumored, I'd have to see more about it. K-pop is getting a collab. That is weird.
K-pop bands. Yeah, there's from what I've been seeing. I don't know. A lot of people say, "Oh, these don't make any sense." What doesn't make any sense? What, for your lore? Then yeah, a lot of these collabs don't make any sense for the very limited lore that you're given. But here's the thing, right? Hasbro doesn't give a shit.
That's true. They don't. As long as they think it makes money,
yeah, exactly. If pretty much good business decision, because right now that Magic is having another boom in Japan. You're gonna absolutely want to have K-pop, J-pop, or whatever options. And when it comes down to, because of Magic's boom in Japan right now after that Final Fantasy, which made a lot of money in Japan. Just saying.
Just made a lot of money worldwide.
Their biggest set that they have released was Lord of the Rings. However, Final Fantasy has outsold Lord of the Rings now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Lord of the Rings. SpongeBob might not make any sense, but attracting that 13 plus that they put on the on that wrapping paper of your cards. 13 plus to attract the 13 plus. Guess who is the perfect attractant for 13 plus? SpongeBob.
32-year-olds.
Yeah. On the package, 32 plus. That's what they're marketing to. That's what they're marketing to. They're marketing to us old fuckers. No, they're not. Sorry, didn't mean to swear so soon. But it makes absolute sense that they're going to have a SpongeBob set.
Right.
I just hope that they.
I
know they're not. Go on.
Think about this. Magic isn't the first company to do this. There's been so many, even comic books, everything has done crossovers and, things that don't quote unquote make sense at the time when it's done, but it ends up working, crossover with, it's just, it boggles my mind that people get so upset over it. Yeah, Magic has its own lore, but why can't we, include other stuff when they talk about the multiverse in Magic, multiverse in Marvel, like all these different things?
Because they want to Karen out and complain. They don't care. That's the problem with a lot of fans. And, you see it all the time. Really, nobody bitched and complained when Monopoly did a Star Wars set. For a Monopoly Star Wars set, nobody got mad when they did the Lilo and Stitch Sorry game.
Right.
Nobody got mad when they had that G.I. Joe crossover with Barbie repetitively. That was just me just violating my sister's G.I. Joes. But and yeah, my sister did get mad. But yeah, these crossovers, they're a way to keep the IP alive. Let's just face it. If they don't keep attracting that 13 plus crowd every couple of years, that's on their here's who we market to, and we're gonna instead make the things that these 35 to 50-year-olds who are going to die in a half a century or sooner. We're not going to have a following, and if we don't keep some sort of fresh blood in it, the game will have no players.
Well,
the problem I have with it is not the crossovers themselves. It's the fact that they have watered down and diluted and destroyed the actual lore of Magic so bad by not actually putting effort into it that they are forcing themselves into putting out more crossover IPs than they should at a given time. I don't have a problem with crossover IPs. I just don't want Magic to become Monopoly, where that's literally the only way they can stay afloat is by introducing everything that isn't Magic. I think because they've ran out of quote unquote ideas, probably, and or just don't want to put the effort in to continue the Magic lore, they've gone so heavily on the crossover. And I think that is probably the biggest gripe that people are trying to voice, but not doing it correctly. And again, right. I don't speak for everyone, but that's what I'm assuming from what I'm gathering from people's opinions and things, is that they've bastardized the lore so bad that they're like, well, the only way we can stay afloat is if we bring in SpongeBob and everybody else. And then hopefully they turn it around, because in my opinion, and again, everyone has opinions, but in my opinion, do 1 to 2 crossover sets a year, not 14 or however many they're doing. I get Secret Layers, its own little thing. And you know, they brought in, you know, Sonic, they brought in Final Fantasy, they brought in SpongeBob, they brought in Avatar, Spider-Man. That's 6 that I can name off the top of my head right now this year. And it's like, that's insane to think about.
Right. Kilroy says, counter argument, sir. So it's not keeping the IP alive if it's the IP's own character do not appear at all. If Jaya Ballard was interacting with Miles Morales, for example, sure, I'd agree, but it's not the case.
Wait, so Kilroy, you're saying that having a crossover IP is killing the Magic, a company that just actually made a record number in prices. Hasbro just made a record number because of IPs like Final Fantasy, and you're saying that having a crossover is actually killing it by not having the original characters? I disagree, bro. You know what? Those original characters have made appearances in sets this year. Well, Universe Beyond is going to have a lot of the original characters return.
But this could be a different take on it. Like, it's not like the IP is taken away from the story, killing the story in a way. That's what you could probably be saying.
All right, you know when they killed the story, when they stopped writing novelettes. You know when they killed the story, when they ended the comic books. You know when they ended the story of Magic the Gathering. That was way before Hasbro took over. You know what? So you need to turn your booty back around and do a little research on when they ended the lore story, because I'm going to be honest, when they with each of these drop sets, they're only releasing a little tiny bit of lore. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit of lore, but guess what? You're playing a game that's a battle game. The lore is happening with each turn of your cards every single time. And you know what? Magic the Gathering, the folks at Magic the Gathering have said that the lore continues with each turn of your cards, with each play of your cards. So tell me where it's killing the lore. You did not prove a point. You did not prove a point, Kilroy.
The Magic lore is struggling. I actually was listening to Edge of Eternity's story, and believe it or not, like throughout what I've been listening to, there's not really a point on character development or anything other than they focus on a character for an aspect of a story, and it seems watered down from what it used to be, which is kind of a shame. Really quick, let's see. Metamonk says, I've been very public about my opinion about Spider-Man and Magic. That said, there are some cool cards that have been spoiled that I want for some decks. Yeah. We got Scuba Chew. It's Friday, pimps. What's up? And Metamonk agrees with Captain. It's too much too often. Well, I think, look, we got Edge of Eternities coming out this month, and at the end of next month, or rephrase, we got 2 months ish where Edge of Eternities is coming out August 1st. Then at the end of September, we're getting Spider-Man. That's really cramped.
Yeah. That's my gripe. That's my gripe right there. The Edge of Eternities cannot even breathe. It takes one breath and then boom, you get another set.
Right.
Really?
I've been saying it for years, and I'll continue to say it. You know, this whole new set every month is just too much, and eventually they're going to burn themselves out, and they're going to burn out the community, and they're going to fall flat on their face eventually. Now,
absolutely will. But remember, there's
one thing I had
community.
Well, yes, but no. You can only grind so much meat, and then you run out. I mean, eventually that's what's going to happen. You're gonna make people spend so much money, and they're going to be like, all right, enough is enough. People get to a point where enough is enough. Now, it may take 5 years. It may take 5 years, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
A corporation like Hasbro doesn't care about that, though.
Going back to no, I know they don't, but eventually they're going to realize something's got to shift. And they've done that when they did that with serialized and collector boosters. They shifted to that, and eventually they'll shift again. And that's what they do. They shift to accommodate whatever's happening. But back to the lore thing is, I think we got so spoiled early on in Magic from the first, let's say, 15 years of Magic, where they actually gave a shit because they had time and effort to put out good story and all of that. And people got spoiled with that and forgot that this is a game. These are game pieces. Like Rudy says, these are game pieces. Like we have to realize that, just like Monopoly or Sorry or anything else, it's a game. There's game pieces. So the lore is like a bonus to it. And I think people got so spoiled and wrapped up, even myself, that it's like, man, I missed that part of it. And they're, going away from it because now they're just making it more standardized of like, well, here's a piece of cardboard. It's a game piece, and we're just going to put whatever we want on it. And it feels like it's lost its luster in a sense.
Well, they did the same thing with Pokemon, and look at Pokemon. Pokemon is, while it's still huge, not as many people are seriously interested in it, and that's not exactly, in my opinion. I think unfortunately a lot of companies, particularly collectible companies, end up pulling a Beanie Baby, and I think that's I don't think that people like I don't think Kilroy is actually complaining about them ruining the IP. I think Kilroy is worried about them becoming a Beanie Baby, and he's just using phrasing like he's using, saying, oh, it's lore, it's this, it's that, adding too many IPs, blah 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 blah. No, you're worried that your game is going to implode. You probably have a huge investment in your collection, and you probably are spending your money on a regular basis on your one collection, which is your Magic the Gathering. And I don't disagree with you. I did the same thing with my comic books, and I did the same thing with my collections. And so the problem is you have to worry. You worry about like the overprinting, sure, when it's down to a financial aspect of your collection. Sure, worry about the adding in of the inappropriate IPs if you think it's going to saturate your market so much that the product is not going to be worth your time. But if the game is still good, they don't screw with the mechanics too much when they do these crossovers. You don't have to add the crossover IPs to your deck.
No, you're right. And I about the collection thing, that's something that I have learned of. You talking about it imploding? Absolutely. I'm like, anything I buy to quote unquote collect from this game, like if you see the picture frames that I've been putting up in my videos of the lands that I'm collecting because I like the artwork. I'm collecting it for the visual artwork, not because it's worth a shit ton of money or anything. I like it because of the art, and I want to collect it for that. But this is why I don't have a collection anymore. I have like my competitive decks, and that's it. If I'm not using it, I get rid of it, because eventually it's going to be like a Beanie Baby situation. I mean, look at Shocklands. They've reprinted Shocklands so many times. We just got them again. They've reprinted Fetch Lands so many times. So it's like, if you need cards, they're going to be there for your game pieces. Now, if you're going to go out and collect something, realize that that thing's only worth whatever somebody's willing to pay for it. Because when shit hits the fan, that piece of cardboard ain't worth nothing.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Kilroy says to follow up on the meat grinding point, that may also be a cause of that much crossovers or too much crossovers to get money from other people that will mostly play for a bit, collect for one set, and never again. That's a possibility, for sure.
Yeah, and Hasbro relies on that too. So that's what they rely on is to you know, if the set's not going to be a good set, at least we made our money back or whatever. You know, I mean, they have to take the gamble on it. First of all, it makes perfect sense to take the gamble on an IP that's not part of the set, especially if you're going to be attracting or meat grinding your meat, trying to get more meat into your burgers, which is absolutely what they're trying to do. And they're going to be very successful at it. You're going to have a lot of people not too happy with the choices of collaborations that they're going to do. But you know what? When that OnlyFans Magic collaboration comes out, you know it's going to sell.
Wow, Lord,
Yeah,
it's a little risque. Bad Manners says Yu-Gi-Oh has a lot of problems, but I'm glad SpongeBob isn't one of them.
yeah, I remember when playing Magic, when all the sets would release throughout the year, there was always like one part of the year where they released nothing, and all they needed was one set. And then they gave us like three more sets on top instead of just one set. So it seems like we're getting a new set every month, and that's just too much, too quick.
Well, look at the opposition, right? The opposition is back in the day, they kind of did the same thing, but the difference was back in the day, this set was standard legal, this wasn't. This was standard legal, this wasn't. Now everything's standard legal, so everything you do in standard is being changed.
Right.
Not everything's standard legal.
Right. But like for instance, Spider-Man standard legal, Final Fantasy standard legal. There are cards in it that are not standard legal, but most of the sets this year are standard legal every 2 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think they just really put too much on the plate and overfilled the plate too much.
Well, you know, if you're making money off the ice cream truck's going to provide more ice cream, you know.
Yeah, you got it pretty much. And now think about this, right? Think about this, right? That last post by Bad Manners. Was I the only one who read that in the style of Jay-Z? Because I read Bad Manners' last thing, and it's as like Jay-Z's 99 Problems.
Right, 99 Problems, but a SpongeBob at one.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, I didn't think about that. That's a clever callback.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt what you guys were saying, but
Look,
No, I actually thought that same thing. I just didn't say it.
Yep,
it hurt me not to say it. It hurt me not to point out 99 Problems with SpongeBob at one. You know what I'm just saying.
That's funny. Well, on the excusing side, right? And I say excusing side, the excuse that Wizard has for their super compact printing time frame is they came out and said not every product's for you. You don't have to buy it. If people will interact with the product they want to interact with. So they're telling you we're gonna pump out a lot of stuff. We hope you buy it, but if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yep.
I think a lot of this still stems from COVID, like the COVID era. Right. A lot of this is still remnants of all that COVID money, and it hasn't finished deflating from that point yet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're trying to catch up to it because COVID was one of their best years, and they're doing good with catching up. Because I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy beat the living crap out of that time frame. But
when you raise the prices on everything, of course you're going to catch up,
right? Oh yeah, but like on top of that, well look, if I sell you a box of cards for $700 and you keep buying it, is there incentive to really drop the price?
No, there isn't. But so the reason for that is simple economics, supply and demand. And Wizards has learned that if they keep the demand low and keep the supply low and the demand is high for a specialty product like Final Fantasy, when they test the waters with pre-orders on Amazon and see, holy crap, this sold out in 5 minutes. Yeah, they're going to be like, okay, how do we milk this cow?
Right.
And of course, the easy way to milk the cow is, well, we'll print half as much as we normally would, but we'll jack up the price.
Oh, yeah.
And that way, we don't have to spend as much materials, but we make twice as much.
Exactly.
Right. Standard business practice that you learn when you go to business school. Standard business practice, you don't want to have any surplus stock.
Right.
Okay, because that surplus stock is now wasted money. And if in order to replace that surplus stock, now you have to start lowering prices. So, okay, you print enough to where everybody overbought, and there was you print till you have when it comes to the comic books that people are going to want on those storylines, you're only going to print so many where it's going to cause a run. And people are going to talk about it, right? Now, you're not going to purposefully only print 5 comic books, but you're going to be like, okay, we only sold 10. We only sold 10. We made 15. We're going to make 10. We're going to make what we sold. And when next time comes around, we won't have a surplus because that many people bought out. Now, when it comes down to having sold out on that product, then they're like, oh, okay. And after toying back and forth between raising and lowering your prices, you just realize that, hey, you know what? We can just underprint and then raise our prices. Oh, well, you know what? There's a TP scare.
Oh, yeah. You're right. And
yep.
That's kind of how it is, too. Metamonk says, Commander Precons, for example, I love the once-a-year Commander Precons. Now, about every set, Standard and Beyond, has a Precon. The perfect example is too much, too often. Like, Spider-Man doesn't have Commander Precons in it, but I get what you're saying, because they're like, oh, let's make Precons. And what's funny is it's really to make, well, obviously it's to make money, but it's obviously there to fix some problems. Like if you look at the racing car set, what was the name of that racing car set?
Aether Drift.
Aether Drift. The pre-cons of that set had mechanics that didn't even focus on mechanics in the set.
Mm-hmm.
They just get a toy around and be like, let's throw this here. Spider-Man, I don't know why they couldn't do pre-cons, because I think that if they did, they would have done Commander pre-cons, because Spider-Man's such a big thing.
Yep.
But that might be contractual things going on that we don't know. And Kiroy says, I won't. Children, shareholders will ask for more and never less. So now they're stuck trying to generate more and more money. That is true. Like, people want to make that money. Spider-Man does not have a Commander Precon, but does have initiative decks. Very different product, I agree, but it's still something more.
Yep.
Yeah, but those are actually supposed to be free. So take that as you will.
Right.
People won't try to flip them for $1.
Yep.
And go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, if I want a Spider-Man Commander deck, I'm just going to have to go out there after all the cards are spoiled and just get the singles and buy the singles that I need for the deck. That's the only way you're going to get a Spider-Man Commander deck.
Right. And so one thing they've been doing a lot is they've been trying to make things more collectible and different collectible, and it's showing that they are. I mean, Final Fantasy is ultimate right now when thinking about the collectability and with the special treatments and special packings and whatever it's doing good. Like, people will poop on the product, but if the product sells well, doesn't mean you were right all along, or doesn't mean you were wrong all along,
Right.
Well, exactly. But those people who poop on the product, they find that God pooped on that card, and they're gonna be, wait, hold on a second. I'm getting that. You know, you see it all the time, and half of these people that we saw in chat on multiple of the shows, the magic shows that I've been hanging around with, between you, DJ, and a couple of my other friends that over on the Twitch side. Everybody was bitching about the Final Fantasy stuff. You know, they were bitching about it because, oh, it's going to be too expensive. It's not part of our lore. Oh, it matches well, blah, 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 blah. I know a lot of those people who still bought the Final Fantasy product. So, you know, I don't want to hear half of these people bitch. It's like, when they're still buying the product.
Right.
You know, why are you taking the time to bitch people when you're still going to buy the product?
Right.
Well, it's because all the Final Fantasy people are making the price go up. Well, that's not what your argument was before. They kept on changing their argument with Final Fantasy even. And they're doing the same thing with Marvel. I hear them doing the same thing with Marvel. They're upset. Oh, it doesn't belong with their lore. Oh, it's the print, or they're going to probably print too much, or they're probably going to print too little, or they're going to not print the right cards. Or so far, some people are either really happy with what they've spoiled so far of these Spider-Man cards, or they're not happy at all. And it's like, hello, you choose one. Are you happy about it, or are you not happy about it? You know, most likely, I bet you, after complaining, you complainer in chat, whoever you are and whatever chat you are, I bet you that you're probably going to buy a pack of those cards.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I can bitch freely because I haven't bought a single Final Fantasy. But second, you have to realize that, one, negativity sells. It attracts attention. People are always going to clickbait onto negativity. That's why a lot of people end up going into it. And two, there are people in the world that no matter what will never be happy. And you just have to accept it and move on and let them bitch and complain and just be like, whatever. You're the one that's complaining, and then turn around doing the exact opposite. You're going to show yourself for the hypocrite you are. That's you.
Right. Well, going on what you said, the old term good publicity and bad publicity is all good publicity, you know?
Yep.
So, hey, Kilroy says, I was bitching about the prices of Final Fantasy until my pre-release dropped me a Surge Foil Cloud flipped for good money. Yeah. Some people do that. Yeah. Like, some people are mad because there's like an envious state to it. If you want to get down to it, they're like, you know, I don't like it because I'll never be able to get something like that. And once they do, their whole mentality changes. You know, and look, kind of get back on track with Spider-Man, because we only got like 20 minutes left, everybody.
Oh, we got all day. We got all day.
I wish. But like Spider-Man is that crossover, right? And there are people who are going to disagree with it, like people who disagree with Final Fantasy. There are people who will agree with it. I'm one of those people who like the Spider-Man. I like what they're doing. I don't know what it is, but I'm loving seeing Spider-Man and Spider-Man villains and stuff on Magic cards. I didn't realize it would hit me so hard the way it has, but man, it's got me going. It makes me wonder what's going to be next. But honestly, because it's so cramped together, I can't enjoy Edge of Eternities and Spider-Man financially. You know, I have to choose one over the other, and you know. In my end, WotC's shooting themselves in the foot because I can't enjoy the product like they want to. But on their end, they're probably going to make bank no matter what. You know. Let's see. Scooby Choo, Spider-Man is going to be the first MTG set I buy. Nice.
Yeah, he's over on the local TCG circuit. So moving him over to Magic. Whew, we converted one.
Converted one. MTG Mrs. Hillbilly says, dude, 15-hour stream. Oh, dude, I can barely do 2 hours of that time.
Wow.
So I don't dig Marvel in any way, so I don't really care. I'm just confused at the fact that there's already 15 different Spider-Mans and 80 cards revealed. So I was talking about this to someone the other day. Oh, yes, last night, actually. It says a Spider-Man Magic the Gathering set would be kind of hard to do if it was just focused on one universe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, you know, you got your hand selected villains, you got your single storylines, and you got you got certain things you can do. But with the multiverse of Spider-Man, you can pump in over 200 cards in the set. And I think, and that's with reprints that they might bring in, you know. And so I think that makes a big difference to the multiversal Spider-Man. And look, I saw Miles Morales. I'm excited because Miles Morales has become one of my favorite Spider-Man out there. I like his story. I love where it goes. I like his power set. And there's a lot more going into it. Like Spider-Man 2099 was spoiled, and I'm like, that's cool. And there's different rarities of some Spider-Mans, making lower powered Spider-Mans and higher powered Spider-Mans. The biggest gripe I've heard most about Spider-Man is a lot of them don't have flying or reach. And they think since spiders have reach, Spider-Man should have reach.
All right. So here's the conversation that happened at my comic book shop the other day, because I was actually telling DJ Long here this last night. My comic book shop is excited
Right.
for the Marvel stuff. All the my comic book shop's also LGS. I refer to it as a comic book shop first because that's where I go for. But everybody there is excited about it. They were excited for the X-Men Secret Lair. They want to see more Marvel Magic collaborations if they're going to invest their time into getting into Magic. A lot of people who are not Magic heads, if they just do Spider-Man, they're not going to attract that following that they want. Secondly, they have they want to see more than just a small little, that was a very small run of the X-Men stuff like the Secret Lair did. They want to see multiple storylines come in. And with the multiverse and all these different storylines in a shared universe of the 616 alone, that is so many potential collaborative crossovers that they can potentially have, and it's very lucrative if they do have another set. And there is talk about more Marvel sets.
Oh yeah, in fact, me and our friend Kane Shaker were talking about the Spider-Man set and the future Marvel sets, and we're actually excited about them because, like, I was telling him, like, if they make a good set, which I think they will, and they come out with X-Men, the Avengers, and stuff like that, we can make a cube based off the Infinity Saga, and that would be banger, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line there'll be an Infinity Gauntlet, which they kind of have an Infinity Gauntlet, but it's a skin of Arcane Signet. So there's 4 so far with either reach or flying. Right, there's not a lot out of all the Spider-Mans, which is funny. But in a Daredevil comic or Spider-Man comic with Daredevil's trying to say it flying, and Spider-Man said, "No, I don't fly." So it's funny. I actually saw that on Facebook today. Someone clipped that out as a meme. Players.
I'm surprised that you have not mentioned the dinosaur Spider-Man yet.
Ironically, as exciting as dinosaurs are, it's just a slightly better Colossal Dread model, and we got plenty of those.
Yep.
I know, but it's just hilarious flavor. That's all.
It is, and I liked it. It's good. It's good. Because it's just Colossal Dread Models Board 2, I believe, and it's exciting. But man, I'm excited for Spider-Man, and I will advocate for Spider-Man. And in fact, like, as much as I don't like a lot of the crossovers, I won't say no. Wizard of the Coast will make money the way they want to make money, and look, just they said it before, and I'm telling you now. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Vote with your wallet. That's how business works, and that's how they adjust to things. Now, some people, like I knew a friend who doesn't do it anymore, but he used to keep up with Magic the Gathering a lot. But he ended up getting Magic fatigue, where he got fatigued with the overzealous of proc because he was buying every set that was coming out every 2.5, 3 months. And he was buying all the secret layers. He'd buy the a 1 or 2 precon when they came out. And with the money he was spending, he was building his decks, and they reached a point where he's like, dude, I can't do this anymore. Wizards draining me, you know? And during this time, a lot of people started complaining on the internet about magic fatigue and everything. And that's when Wizards of the Coast came out. And I can't remember the guy's name, but on a live he says, interact with the product you want to interact with. And look, I'll stand by that, because you know how many products I do not interact with because I can't afford it or don't care about it? It's a lot about it. Look, I love Magic the Gathering to death. Like, I love it. It's my favorite hobby, and I've done it for over 20 years.
Right. Yep. But when you purchase a collectible to your own demise, right, that comes down to an addiction issue. Because if you're like, if I am a comic book guy, I will buy comic books every time I go to the supermarket and there's one on the comic book rack. I'm just picking up one comic book. I buy comic books every time I see one. Every time I see like comic books at a yard sale, I'm clearing out that yard sale. And I want so badly to, every time I log on to eBay and go, ooh, another 300 count box. I can't do that. So not only do I have the addiction for like just most people who collect, we collect because collecting is a nice way of saying organized hoard. And we collect because we collect things that we're interested. We eventually, if like, okay, well, I'm interested in these and these and these and these, but only clown versions of those, and eventually you have a huge house of clowns that your friends and family don't want to come and visit, because there's clowns all over the place. So you go, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be collecting all the clowns. Maybe I should only collect Ronald McDonald clowns, and so that cuts your collection down. But a lot of people get into the clowns. And I think a lot of people with Magic the Gathering and comic books in particular, as my experience is, but I need a comic book. It's been your daily routine since you were a child, and it's going to stay your daily routine, and I need it.
So in that realm, I think it's fair to tell people, think of your bills first, think of your mental health, your bills, your mental health, your living space, your living quarters. Take care of yourself first before you get invested in a hobby. Make sure you're well off and secured in your home investment, your home life. Make sure that you have money for groceries, bills, and everything set aside before you go crazy, hog wild. And yes, addictions are an issue.
That's all good and all, but there's one flaw in that argument.
What?
It's logical, and people aren't logical.
Yeah.
That's the flaw. Like, I'm going to tell you outright, like, somebody who has gone to college and studied psychology and everything, the reason why advertising is the way it is, the reason why a lot of things happen in marketing is because of psychology. And they know that people want dopamine hits. They want instant gratification. They don't want to think about, oh shit, I got to pay rent or my mortgage or anything. They're like, ooh, that's shiny. Ooh, that's cool.
Right.
Ooh, people are going to think I'm awesome. Like, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic.
Special shout out to Rhinoblitz Gaming. Hello. You're looking good.
Hey,
that's my wife. But yeah.
Wait, does Rhinoblitz Gaming know this?
Yeah. Well, I hope so. I mean, I was going to make a comment that could be taken different ways. But yeah. So there's a lot of logic that needs to be taken first, and there's a lot of things. Like, trust me, I used to be sucked into the FOMO myself. Like, if it wasn't for Rhinoblitz here, if it wasn't for Rhinoblitz here, I'd probably be broke, not thinking of my logical needs and things, and I'd be like, let's buy every set of Magic. Honestly, it took a beating to the head, metaphorically, to understand the logic of keeping yourself safe, having that backup, having your bills paid. It's better to have a roof over your head. Because, like, look at this stuff. Look at all this stuff. If I went homeless, where am I going to carry that stuff with? I can't afford a storage locker if I'm homeless, you know?
True.
So it's good to think about that stuff. Like, I have cards that need to be organized. Like, here's a fat stack of cards that need to be organized, right? They're just-
Always my stack was that little.
yeah. But yeah. But anyways, that's why it's important to definitely follow the thing, is interact with things you want to interact with. Interact responsibly. All right. Kilroy says, I'm okay on that front. I buy very few products. And I don't even keep up the Magic ones. I play pre-release, occasional F&M, and I give away the cards at the end of the game. You give away the cards anyway. Sorry, my brain was pushing that really hard for some reason. So no, I love that. Like when I used to draft at the stores. Like when I go drafting, I'd keep all my rares like the professionals do, and I call them professionals because they're the people who actually went to the Pro Tours and stuff at my store. I would put all the junk stuff I didn't want on the side of the table for newer players to pick up if they want to do it. Junk stuff being, I wanted cards that fit my play style. Rebels Gaming says, it's great to get the singles because it saves wasted money. You get what you really want. That's right.
Yep.
That's
one reason why I ain't bought any Final Fantasy product at all, because there's some singles in it that I want. So I'm just going to go out and get the singles. Not going to worry about the product because it's too dang on high.
Oh, yeah. And like it says in the thumbnail, I don't know if you guys paid attention to the thumbnail. At the bottom of it said, not every set's for you. And I say that because, like, I know not everybody wants Final Fantasy, and not everybody wants Spider-Man, right? Sometimes we need that reminder, because some people, and God knows I used to be one of them, thought everything Magic made was for me, that I should have had it. But honestly, when I think about my decks, like my Commander decks, since I play mainly Commander, and I have a Cube and Limited is my favorite format. When it comes to what I have, there's so little I want from most sets. Now, Spider-Man, if I can, I'm talking to the wife here. I'd like to get those cards there, get more of those cards because I'd love to have the experience with that. But when it comes down to it, if I just want to build a Spider-Man deck, I'll just focus on the cards I want for the deck. Because I like. You have no clue what my office space looks like. I have a lot of cards here, and that needs to be organized. Got cards here that need to be organized. That stuff. Yeah, like I don't want to become a hoarder. My room area is looking kind of hoardish, even though it's just stuff that needs to be taken care of, put away, which I will. But you got to do it responsibly and have fun with it. Love what you love. I love Transformers, but I love Beast Wars and specifically over most Transformers, right? So when I buy Transformers, I look for something in that realm. Hold on.
Well, I have to ask, are you trying to get canceled by putting not for everyone? That's not very inclusive.
Well, Wizards of the Coast is not really inclusive. They are.
Oh, no, they are. Look at everything they're putting out.
Yeah, can't wait for the Peppa Pig collab. Just saying.
Peppa Pig.
Hey, you never know. They did SpongeBob. It's possible.
It's great to get singles. All right, she said that already. All right, I saw that. No, all right.
I think Bluey would come out before Peppa Pig.
Yeah,
probably.
But they got that Caillou set in the works.
Well, we know they got stuff. They got stuff coming out, and one day we'll get a Barney dinosaur who has an anthem effect to buff all your friends because friendship is everything.
Yep. People would get that. That would be the ultimate meme, though.
Right.
All your creatures gets -1/-1. All your opponent's creatures gets a +5/+5.
+5 +5.
A Barney reference there, I can
Good. Well, because you love me, I love you. We're a big family. Something to do. I don't know.
With a great big hug from me to you, yes, he would be the ultimate group hug commander. Just saying, guys.
Right. So, anybody have any final words about the Spider-Man set coming out they want to share?
I think
I
it's subpar so far. I think we need to see more before everyone starts to get really hyped over it, but I guarantee you it will not be anywhere close to Final Fantasy numbers.
I don't think so. Like, I agree with you. I don't think so.
Mhm.
No, it's definitely not
like
going to touch
something I
Final
want to
Fantasy.
interact with. What's that, KJ?
I said, I immediate sales definitely not going to touch Final Fantasy. Long-term sales, I think it'll probably be a contender, but not even. It won't beat Final Fantasy though.
Right. Right.
I agree with KJ and Captain Waffles on that. I mean, yeah, I like Spider-Man. I like Marvel. I want the cards. Unfortunately, Marvel is not going to be in Arena, so the only way I can play with Marvel is when it comes out on paper.
Right.
I will
This
definitely probably be buying some, but that's only because I'm a Marvel fan.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Spider-Man related, but I'm going to make a prediction that Edges of Eternity falls similar to Markov Manor,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to be watching to see how low it goes because people are going to kind of forget about it.
Mhm.
And if it gets down to $80-$90 a box, I'm buying a case. Because I guarantee you that set will go back up to the 160, 170 for a play booster.
Right, because I still want cards from Edge of Eternities, especially that token doubling angel, But like with Wizards of the Coast, like Edge of Eternities hasn't officially released in paper yet,
All right.
Officially. But people are selling.
Well, yeah, not in box stores, but I'm picking up my play booster box at the LGS today.
Right. And they're shoving Spider-Man in our face already. Which don't get me wrong, I don't mind. It's just they're saying, look, shiny. They're gonna look shinier. They're like
That's what I'm saying. Watch Edge of Eternities. If it drops like Markov, I would start scooping it up.
All right, my friends. It is that time of the day that we hit
that subscribe button. Become a part of the crew.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we game. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Whoa, everybody! Welcome to the shill section, the thrill section. We're going to have a good time. Everybody shilling out their channels and everything. We're going to start with the one person who really doesn't have a channel. But hey, we give him a chance to say what he wants. Lone Wolf.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a channel, but it doesn't mean I can't help support everybody else.
No.
So yeah, just give everybody here that has a channel a like, subscribe, and watch their content. And Hillbilly, kjcowboydan, trying to remember everybody. But let's get Super Fast Tortoise over 1,000.
Well, let's get over 1,000. I appreciate that. And with that, we're going to roll over to the Capitan of Waffles.
Where 1,000's overrated. Anyways, I'm trying to get a video edited for the trips that I took to kind of give you guys some behind the scenes with Spotlight Indianapolis and then the camping trip with the MTG Attitude crew. And then I've got other content that's just coming out here and there talking about things in Magic and other stuff. And if you haven't picked up my book, it's on Amazon. I'm currently writing the second one. If you like fantasy lore type stuff. But other than that, I think that's it.
All right. Post that book link into the chat. All right. Hold on. I'm wondering why your command did not go through.
You don't like them no more. Because
Try that again. All right. With that, we're going to roll over to
Oh, yo, what up? Yeah. I heard some like noise as soon as you presented there. I was like, I was muted. That wasn't me. Oh, goodness. Anywho's, yeah, good morning, y'all. I'm Alex, a TCG dude, out here keeping magic alive. I specialize more in standard and modern, not so much commander. So if you're looking to talk 60 card formats, you can always hit me up on the socials here, on X or Discord at TCGdude. If you don't do medias, you can always email me, contact.tcgdude@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'm actually looking to play some video games and do some Final Fantasy on the PS5 over on the Twitch side, so you'll catch me at TCGdude907 over there occasionally. Thanks for having me on for the morning show, and happy pre-release day, everyone. Go enjoy yourselves. Go teach somebody something new in Magic, and have a good time.
Let's go. And with that, we're going to roll over to kjcowboydan. What the heck happened there? Oh, poor crying. KJ, you okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. So, hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. So, just a little reminder, every Tuesday, the new Two Heads, One Mic. That's right. It's returned, and our demo show was a success. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I had a live on my YouTube that had such retention value as our live from Tuesday. So thank you guys for all being there for us on that first show. Also, it will be every Tuesday. And I hope you guys join us. We got a potential bigger content creator, well, bigger than me, content creator over in the Twitter sphere who's going to be joining us. And speaking of Twitter, I just hit over 500 followers on Twitter. So we will get that blue check mark and seek Twitter monetization for posts.
Cool.
That is awesome. We got that blue check mark. Is that the same as getting a blue light special at Kmart?
No. It comes with a lot less fame. You know, I mean, at least when you go outside with the Kmart blue light special, you're like, hey, you managed to go to a Kmart. I didn't think those still existed.
All right, that's a joke I wanted to pull out of my hat. But with that, we're gonna roll over to MTG Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. This afternoon, I'll be doing arena stream for the Edge of the Eternity cards. They are awesome. They are some pretty good cards coming out. Be out on arena on the 29th and in paper on the 1st. But I don't have nothing else going on today except for my arena stream. And it's at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's it.
All right. Today is Friday. I want to thank you guys for watching the show and hanging out with us. I'll remind you, tonight is Commander Night, Bracket 3. We're going to have fun. If you're subscribed to the channel and part of Discord, you're welcome to want to play. Like if you're part of Discord and I send out the call for players you want to play, just make sure you say, hey, I want to play. Playing Team Up Bracket 3. Want to have fun with it. I'm going crazy with that. Really quick, I forgot about the card of the day because we had a hot topic button today. And the card I was looking up today was Web Up because it's just over. And the more of these I get in my enchantment deck, my bat enchantment deck, almost every spell's a removal. That's what I love about it.
Oh.
That's right. Ooh. But anyways, with that, I just want to continue to remind you that Bracket 3 is a thing, and I want to say, hey, you guys are awesome. I want to thank you, my channel members, for supporting the channel the way you do. Thank you, subscribers, for growing the channel to getting further closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. You guys rock. You guys are a rule. I like what you do. When you like the video, share the video with all the stuff you do that helps out the channel. You're amazing. I'll remind you that you are loved, someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change they need today. And with that, my friends, let's get to that sweet, sweet outro.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning.